Hello everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to my channel. After a long time, there has been a feature released from AWS which has really stopped me in my strides, and that feature is this Amazon S3 tables. Amazon S3 tables is simply a new type of S3 bucket which is called as table bucket, which is optimized for storing data in Parquet format and queuing via Iceberg. Iceberg is from Apache and it's an open table format designed to handle huge analytics datasets efficiently. In simple words, this Iceberg format is a go-to format for many when it comes to storing data in the data lakes or data warehouses for huge, humongous sizes. So that is where I think AWS has really done a wonderful job in offering this iceberg with S3. You can think of this table bucket as your database, and all the files stored in it will be your tables. The S3 table service from AWS is going to require you to operationalize a data lake. You can also have table level permissions. You can even do metadata management. And then by using the default S3 and run of the mill features, you can do cleanups, you can do compactions, and much more. Most of the features which you are accustomed to with normal S3 buckets, you can do with this Amazon S3 tables. Now, before I show you how to create this S3 tables, I believe it is quite important to know that what exactly is happening here. So, look, open data formats and data lakes have all been popular over the last couple of years, and almost all of the companies which are implementing these data lakes and big data warehouses, they are going with these open data formats because that makes sense. So that is where this Parquet Iceberg combination from AWS has a huge potential to become a new building block that all of these companies like Snowflake, Databricks, I think they will be running for the shelter, and I think they are going to support it very soon. For example, the Delta Lake from Databricks is the open source table format built and maintained by Databricks. It's an Iceberg alternative. So I think that is where this war is going when it comes to these data lakes and their open table formats. Okay, enough theory. Let me take you to my AWS account console. Now, if you don't know how to create it, please watch my channel. I already have done a video on it. You can simply go to aws.amazon.com, create a free AWS account. You get a initial credits which you can use for creating these Amazon S3 tables. So let me take you there. After logging into your AWS account, simply just search for S3 service. Once you will search, you will see in the left side menu there is this table bucket which is new. Simply click on this table bucket. And now here you can see that there are two options. First is, of course, you can simply go and create table bucket. But of course, creating a simple bucket won't really do you much good. You would need to enable integration with these AWS services, at least like Amazon Athena, which is an interactive query interface on top of S3, which normally people use. And then this is a Redshift, which is a managed data warehouse by AWS, or this Elastic MapReduce service from Amazon. So you would need to integrate, enable this integration with these table buckets so that when you create it, automatically it will get integrated. And for that, make sure that you have an IAM role which has full S3 permissions. Another point to be noted here is that this table bucket is not available in every region. So I am accessing it in my US East 1 region, North Virginia. But for example, if you are in Sydney region or Melbourne region, it won't be available there. You would have to change to the US East 1 region from the top right of your AWS console. And in order to enable this integration, all you need to do is to just click on this enable integration. This is going to take you to this page. Now here, if you click on this enable integration, it is going to create an IAM role for you. It is going to give the permission on all the buckets to your AWS Lake formation. And it will be using at the back end AWS Glue service. So, and this will cost you some in terms of Glue request and storage cost. So make sure that you're aware of it, and you can check about Glue pricing here. So let's go back, and now let me just click on this create table bucket here. And now on this screen, all you need to provide is your bucket name, which should be between 3 to 63 characters. And there are some policies around that. I don't think so you can use uppercase for the bucket name anyway. The interesting bit here is that if you haven't enabled the integration on the previous screen, you can enable it from here, and these are the same details which I showed you earlier, where if you enable it, you are going to be incurring those charges. Now it depends upon your use case. If you are using elastic map reduce, you can enable that, or lake formation, but this is assuming that you already have a huge big data lake, and you want to use this Parquet format files from this bucket in the open table format by using Iceberg. So if you have that set of scenario, then you can simply enable that integration from here or from the previous screen, and then simply give it a name, and then click on create table bucket. So let me disable this because I just want to show you how to create the table bucket. Let me give it a random name. So I have just given it this random name like my YT table bucket for just testing. Let me click on create table bucket. And you can see that now my bucket has been created, and that is all you needed to do. If you click on it, it will be just similar to what we have been observing with other S3 buckets. So when you click on this bucket, it is going to show you that this is a bucket where you have multiple tables. But of course, in order to create, modify and delete tables, you will need to use the Amazon EMR cluster. Now, one very interesting bit is that you cannot delete this bucket from here, which is quite surprising for me. I mean, why can't we delete it or empty it? For that, you would need to go to use your AWS CLI, or as you can see, Boto 3 SDK, or even S3 REST API. So let me take you to my terminal, and we will delete this bucket from there. So this is my terminal, and if I simply paste the command here, so in this one, AWS S3 tables delete table bucket, this is my region, and then this is the name of my bucket. And the command didn't work here. The reason being, this is still using the older version of AWS CLI. So let me take you to my other terminal where I have already upgraded AWS CLI, because this is a very new feature. It is not available in this older version in the Cloud Shell. So let's go to my other terminal, and I will delete it from there. And this is a command which you need to delete this bucket. There is a typo in AWS documentation. Instead of giving it bucket name, and I took me long time to figure it out because there is no documentation, you need to provide this bucket ARN, or AWS resource number of that bucket, which is in this format: ARN colon AWS S3 tables US East 1, your region, your account number, and the bucket, and then your bucket name. Now if I take you back to the console where I have that, let me take you there. And now if I just click refresh it, it should be gone here. There you go. So the bucket is gone. This is how you create and delete the bucket. And let me quickly show you the commands to create the table if you're interested. So in order to create a table and use it, first you would need to create the EMR cluster. So make sure you are aware of cost here. It could be expensive. And then here all you need to do is to just specify your, this is a S3 table bucket which we have created, and then you see that it is using m5.x large instance, which is quite big. And then these are the networking information, and then for JSON configuration file which is being used here, you just put it in here. You connect to your Spark primary node using SSH, and then by using these commands you launch the Spark shell, and then you connect to your table bucket by using this. You see that this is where you give the ARN of your table bucket, just like we did above. And then this is how easy it is. It's a same Spark format which you use in Iceberg, where you create the namespace, and then from there you create the new Iceberg table in that namespace. Rest of it is as same as you use it in your Iceberg code. like adding data, reading data, and then querying data with the SQL. That is all very familiar and similar. The only change is that now instead of using open table, you are using the S3 table, or primarily the Parquet files or the files open table format files in S3 bucket. That is the whole difference here. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed it. I will drop the link to it in video's description. You can also just get started with Amazon 3 if you are keen to create your EMR cluster, but now you know how to create these S3 tables and then how you can delete those buckets. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what do you think. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.